Hi, I am Jonathan Staiano, consultant plastic surgeon and director of the Staiano Clinic here in Edgbaston. And I want to say Happy New Year. I want to talk about the top 3 procedures that I think are going to give the biggest changes for the least downtime in 2019. And I think we're going to be moving on from a trend that we started to see in 2018, which is really people wanting the maximum results for the minimum downtime. I think in 2018 there was a big push for minimum downtime, and I think that in 2019 the way that plastic surgery and particularly cosmetic surgery is perceived is going to change. I have been seeing the shift gradually, and it's something that I have talked about a lot over the years, towards more of a plastic surgery being perceived as more of a lifestyle rather than something that looks a bit strange and looks a bit weird. I think the perception of people having plastic surgery is that they've all got huge lips, frozen faces and enormous breasts, and that is really not something that we deal with here in the clinic. And I think the more of us that can engage and let people know about what's available for plastic surgery, the more that people realise that the vast majority of people having plastic surgery don't want to look strange. They want to look normal, they want to look natural, they want to look refreshed, they want to look healthier, they want to look less tired. They don't want to walk into a room and for people to think that they look strange. So the top 3 real big changes for this one, in my view, are: number 3 is non-surgical treatments. As I say, non-surgical treatments may have had a big push in 2018, they've had a dramatic rise, and I think they will continue to rise, because whilst there is a little bit of downtime, because you get a little bit of bruising, a little bit of swelling, there is real minimal side effects, and they can have a dramatic result. Now, we've all seen the terrible photos of people with enormous lips and terrible complications from fillers, so I think it's absolutely essential that you have a qualified practitioner that you see to not only do the procedure, because we need to know where the vessels are, we need to know where the nerves are, where the structures are, we need to know what the normal anatomy is, but also to deal with any problems that you have. I mean, I think everyone has problems, but a lot of the media attention is done when people have problems but they aren't looked after, because the person doing the procedure isn't a medically qualified practitioner, so can't look after those problems. So I think it's essential that you have a medical qualified practitioner, and I think the non-surgical treatment, the anti-wrinkle injections and the fillers are going to continue to grow in 2019. At 2 is breast augmentation. Breast augmentation has been around for years and years and years. But again, there's going to be a change with breast augmentation. It was something we started seeing last year and it's going to continue, and that is the subtle augmentation. Now, there has been a move towards fat grafting, and certainly to the beginning of last year, people were talking a lot about fat grafting and using fat to augment the breast. It hasn't really taken off in a big way because the results are quite subtle. And whilst I think the move will be towards a more subtle enlargement, and I think it's already moving that way, implants at the moment, certainly in our practice here, are still the mainstay of treatment, but it's slightly smaller implants, slightly lower profile implants than people used to have in the past, to give again a more natural result. People don't want to walk into a room and people think, oh, what have they had done? They want to walk into a room and just feel better about themselves, hold themselves better. They often wear the same clothes, they often don't look any different in clothes, but they feel better about themselves. People want a natural enlargement which is in keeping with the proportions of their frame. They don't want to be out of proportion. So I think we're going to move much more to more subtle forms of breast augmentation moving into 2019. And in number 1 is blepharoplasty. Blepharoplasty is a medical term for an eyelid reduction, and the eyes are the key to the whole face. So if you're having any sort of cosmetic surgery to your face, the biggest bang for your buck you can get is with a blepharoplasty. A blepharoplasty will transform the dynamic of your face. And again, it's a subtle result. People often don't notice it. They don't notice you've had anything done. The scars are imperceptible. They're hidden in the crease of your eyelid, and so no one will know that you've had anything done, but they might say have you had your hair done, you look less tired, or you look well, you just look healthier. It just brightens your eyes, it brightens your face. So whilst it is a surgical procedure, I still think that it is the biggest result you can get for the least downtime. There's no question it's more downtime than the non-surgical procedures, but it's significantly more effective and it can really transform the whole dynamic of the face. So I really think that blepharoplasty is right there, number one, rightly so, for the minimum downtime and the maximum effect. So those are my top 3 tips for 2019, and I look forward to seeing how that pans out, and I wish you a very, very happy new year.